Trump threats. In truth, we are dealing with political Islamists known as ISWAP or Boko Haram, Soyinka. Nobel Laureate Prize winner Professor Wole has stated that Nigeria is truly dealing with political Islamists. Wole made the statement in a report that was published on the official X handle of Vanguard on Monday, November 10, 2025. This is coming after President Donald Trump alleged that Christians are being targeted in Nigeria. The U.S. President also stated that the U.S. Army will wipe out Islamic terrorists in Nigeria if buying of Christians continues. However, in the report that surfaced online, Wole said, in truth, Nigeria has security challenges, but it has nothing to do with religion. He said those committing the atrocities do not spare any religion when they strike. Wole stated that Nigeria has issues with Boko Haram and ISWAP and not any religion. Here is what he said, according to Vanguard. In truth, we are dealing with political Islamists. He said we are dealing with political Islamists. And then you go ahead and say it is not a religious fight. But these people that are buying people, they are Islams. And most of the people that they attack are Christians. I'm not saying they do not attack Muslims, but most of the people that they attack are Christians. And it is the Christians that have cried out to say, they want to buy also. The Muslims are not saying anything. They are not. This is obviously a religious crisis. You are telling us that it is not. Okay. If Islam is not sometimes as ISWAP or Boko Haram, not with Muslims as the people. We know that not all Muslims are terrorists, but these particular terrorists are Muslims, and they are buying Christians most of the time. Family says, you lied again. If you don't have any better opinion about genocide, better keep short. You have become an ethnocentric bigot. Ibrahim Unity says we must unite northern and southern Nigeria to save African continent and the black race. Nathaniel says, today you become aware of its hypocrite ethnicity, tribalism, politician, pretensions, elite, cult leaders, haters of Jehovah. God will mask and reward them the way they honor Jehovah. They said there is no God. I think they know better now. Okobe says, I thought this man has become deaf and dumb in issues affecting Nigerians and Nigerians. Perhaps it's because he feels that Trump is going against his tribesman, a hypocrite by excellence. Imam says there was a little more likely be used in which was not be a lot. What's this? Okay, that guy says if it has nothing to do with religion, kindly take the statistics of churches and mosques burnt only this year. You will agree with the claim. Exactly. African Son says, this man not stable for matter. Ibrahim Mustafa says, those who spoke the truth with one mind and free from gains that might accrue them deserves commendation. But those who know the truth, but use the truth to power and suit their negative narratives and perceptions, are most malicious, wicked, evil, and devilish, never be seen as promoters of peace, unity, and religious tolerance, but merchants of anarchy and crisis in our dear country. Ansem says, so what religion do they belong, Prof? To what religion? Someone says, tomorrow he will say something different. He has never stand on one thing, always talking with both sides of his mouth. At Abahadaka says, these are the evil ones in our country who call white black and call black white. Okay, Kejikudi says, Trump said, and you, what have you said since? Because Tinubu is ruling, but when Jonathan was, I saw your actions. Okay, now. Oluwasegun said people should open up and say the truth. Nothing like political Islamists. They are all the same thing. Exactly. Abu Musa says, how about Tinubu's hardship? Bad government. You haven't said anything about that for over 2 years. That's very unlike you that criticize the government. You now dine and whine with the bad leaders. You couldn't stand his gate. You now glorify evil governments. Emeka says he has not said the whole truth. With time he will say it. Prince Chidi says, stop this hypocrisy. Islam has always been political. You can't separate Islam from politics. The political Islam of Boko Haram only has Christians as obstacles. Hence, the genocide exactly. It is only Christians that will be a stumbling block to what they want. That is why they are taking out Muslims. They are taking out Christians, sorry. Baba Chaplain says, I don't know why we continue downplaying the issues of Sharia and Islamization agenda of these Fulanis. The quest for Islamization is the root cause of all the trouble. In about 12 states of the north, they operate Sharia. And now saying that Christians will be allowed to practice their religion. Let's continue to deceive ourselves. Until somebody like Wole will be forced to abandon what he believes for Islam. And he is not even he's not a Christian, he's not a Muslim. I think he's an atheist. He's an atheist. So imagine they now tell you that, no, you cannot do anything like atheist. There's nothing like Christianity. You have to be a Muslim by force, by fire. If you're not going to be, you're going to buy you. That is where we are going to if we don't stop this thing now. Maru says Nigeria is a peaceful country until Satan-alike people started getting desperate to rule the country by force. People like Buhari and support from our brother Ashewaju. Now we are seeing where the trust we have in them is taking us to. Eugene says, keep your analysis and denials to yourself. Not certain supporter of terrorists, politicians and their court series. You and other Nigerian elders and rulers are worse than elders that carelessly maintain criminal asylums, while a female third goat delivered and bite. Okay? This one says, is it now, I want to talk about it. Why didn't you talk earlier? Hypocrite. Emegaju says, tribalistic old man, since your brother entered office and turning Nigeria up and down, you didn't know. Maybe because Mr. Trump has spoken and you are awake. Too bad. Pagans now says this is damage control. The USA knows the truth about Nigeria and what is happening in Nigeria more than any Nigeria. A Canadian court declared PDP and APC, the two political Islamist parties, ruling Nigeria since 1999 as terrorist organization. What did Soyinka say then? Anyone that stops or thinking of making the USA not to come to Nigeria is a terrorist. One judgment says, I salute and respect Mr. Wole Soyinka for being by the truth. Ajato David says, Papa, you don't understand. You don't understand. She really no be Christian. Actually, Soji says, Boko Haram bandits by Yoruba and Igbo soldiers finished, but you people don't understand. They do it purposely. If they are in war, if there is war in Nigeria, they can wipe us away, but the blood of innocent soldiers crying to President Trump over there, God is working and he must work to the end. Okay, Papa says, you knew but news about it. If you had spoken up, perhaps people would have been saved. Artistic again says, an objective assessment contrary to the information provided by those who want to plunge the country into chaos. Christopher Obba says, machine gun, fire, explosive and flying bullets knows no religion. Mr. Daniel says, he was once a victim. Be like say the dark cloud don't declare for Baba face, so at least he has said the truth. Let's give it to him this time. Hey, Baba, it is all. Baba is now weighing his vote, Lamba. Probably because he wants them to give him his passport back now. It is all. My listeners, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.